Hi guys, so this video is going to be about ear stretching, and I've done a video like this before but I don't really like it, so I'm going to be redoing it today. And basically it's just, you know, the ins and outs of ear stretching, because nowadays it's actually quite a common thing. When I first started stretching my ears, it wasn't very common at all, and people would be like all squeamish and horrible about it and be like, oh, why the fuck would you do that? Well, obviously some people still do that, but it's a lot more common nowadays. But it's a lot more common to stretch your ears and be doing it wrong. And this video is just going to be about basically how to stretch your ears properly, because apparently a lot of people do without doing their research and actually looking into how to do it properly before they do it. So I'm just going to run through a couple of things that you need to think about before you even think about stretching your ears. So the first thing is, if you're not going to want stretched ears and big holes in your ears potentially for the rest of your life, then don't do it, because there's always a potential there that they will never shrink down. Like, everybody's bodies is different, and even if you say stay for at like a 10 or something, it still might never shrink down to a normal size. So that is something you've got to consider, is are you going to want it till the day you die? And that is the main thing you've got to think about, because it's potentially as permanent as tattoos. The second biggest thing is career choice. If you say you want to go into being a doctor or an actor, then don't do it, because most of the time you probably can't get away with having stretched ears with doing those kind of jobs. So if you want to go into a job that doesn't really care about appearance, or it can't affect it in any way. For example, I want to go into musical tattooing, so it doesn't make a difference to me, and either way, anything I want to do, it's going to be arty, because I'm a very arty person, so it doesn't matter. But if you want to do a job that it would matter to, then think about that first. And also, if you're going to be able to deal with criticism and stuff, because even in this day and age, people, and it's still very common, but people will talk shit about it once in your lifetime. Like, you're not going to go your entire lifetime with stretched ears without people saying shit about it at least once, because, you know, some people might not have seen it before and it might be weird to them, so they will talk shit, and you've got to be able to deal with that. And just basically the main thing is that you probably will have saggy earlobes for the rest of your life, and if you don't want that, then don't do it. But yeah, they're the main things that you have to think about before you even start stretching your ears. Sorry, my camera just ran out of power, so I'm not... Is it in focus? I'm not sure. Yeah, anyway, yeah, my earlobes are 30mm and my goal size is 40mm. I'm not sure what that is in American sizes, but I'll put it in the description. But yeah, I also have my septum stretched. I'm not sure if you can see it. It's not big at the moment, it's only 2.4. I'm not going big on that, only probably 3-4mm. But I'll do a separate video on stretch septum if you guys want to see that, and if you do, you should, you know, post it in the comments or whatever. So I'll do a video on that when I get to my goal size. I'm not going to be stretching big, so yeah. So before I start, I'm not a professional, obviously, this is just all from experience. Had my ears stretched for 6 years, so I've got quite a lot of experience with stretched ears. Yeah, and I've made pretty much every single mistake you can do when stretching your ears. I started stretching my ears very young, as I said, and it wasn't very well in... My voice was correct. Sorry. I sound like a pubescent teenager. If you're squeamish about naked earlobes, then look away now, because I'm going to take my plugs out just to show you guys what it looks like. So this is my naked earlobe, and yeah, if you want to stretch your ears, you've got to consider that this is what you'll be left with. And yeah, so that's my naked earlobe. So before I go into anything, I just want to say, if you're stretching your ears wrong and you're skipping sizes and doing all this bullshit and blowing out your ears and stuff like that, and going to brag that it doesn't do anything and it didn't do anything to you, so it doesn't matter, then don't, okay? It fucking will fuck up your ears, and I know I swear a lot, I'm sorry, but it will ruin your ears. I don't care if it hasn't done yet for you. you do not stretch any other way apart from the right way, and that's, yeah, I just wanted to say that. So the number one biggest mistake when stretching your ears that people do is using tapers as jewellery. You are not supposed to use tapers as jewellery. They are not jewellery at all, and you know, if you want your ear bigger at the back than it is at the front, then that is cool, but I don't see why anyone would want that. So do not use tapers as jewellery. Stretch the taper, put the taper in, and get a little plug or tunnel on the end and just push it through. That's the easiest way to do it. Just don't wear tapers as jewellery. Causes uneven weight distribution, and you know, it's just not good. Don't do it. And when you get bigger, rather than using tapers and stuff, when you get to like 18, 20 mil, if you're planning on going that big, if you're going to bigger sizes, you should probably start using the taping method. You can Google that if you want to know what that is. But yeah, you should probably use that. And do not use silicones. Silicones fuck up your ears as well. Don't use silicones to stretch. It's fine wearing silicones if you like wearing those, but do not use them to stretch up your ears. Yeah, anyway, don't skip sizes. Skipping sizes is the worst thing you can do. Skipping sizes is also a massive problem. You shouldn't go any more than a 2mm jump, and that's kind of like the standard size for most places. If you want to go to a bigger size, you normally go 2mm bigger, but you don't want to be going any bigger than that. And you also want to be waiting 4 to 6 weeks before a stretch at the very least. Otherwise your ears will just be under constant strain and it just isn't good for them. And I don't know why people will be so persistent on ruining their ears and stuff like that. I mean, there's no point in skipping sizes, there's no point in rushing stretching your ears, because you've got your entire life to do it. You have your entire life to stretch your ears as big as you want. You don't need them massive instantly. Do it the right way and then you can have nice ears, otherwise you probably won't be able to ever get nice ears. And if you want a big size, then I know you want to get big ears straight away, but that's not how it works, and it's, you know, it's worth the wait, otherwise you won't be able to get them at all if you rush it and ruin your ears. Ear stretching shouldn't be incredibly painful, and it shouldn't bleed. I know a lot of people have the misconception that it should hurt, but it really shouldn't hurt. If it's hurting really bad and it bleeds or it's pussing or anything like that, then you're doing it wrong pretty much, and you need to be going a smaller size. So say for instance you just started stretching your ears, you're at 4mm and you're going to a 6mm and it's hurting really bad to go to a 6mm, then go for a 5 instead. And even if you're a shop near you that you get tapers or plugs and shit like that, if they don't do it, then you can order them offline, because it shouldn't hurt. Start stretching as small as you possibly can. When you have your ear pierce, it's probably around a 1.6, so you don't want to be going like bouncy up to like a 4 or something like that. Go to say as small as you can possibly find, like a 2mm, something like that, and go up as small jumps as you possibly can, and that'll do your ears a lot more good. If you've only just got your ears pierced with the intention to stretch them, then you should wait at least like 4 to 6 months to stretch them. And if you do any faster, it's pretty much a fresh wound, so you don't want to be doing that any faster. If you're wanting to clean your ears, you should never ever use alcohol. It will dry up your ears really bad, and it's just not good for your ears. So if you're wanting to clean your ears, and so use sea salt and warm water, and something you should use to keep your ears healthy is this, which is jojoba oil. It's spelled jojoba oil, but it's said jojoba or something like that, and the sun has just gone really bright. I can't see. Yeah, anyway, so that is the basics of ear stretching, and I think I have got everything in. And by the way, the jojoba oils just to keep them nice and healthy and stuff, and keep them like thick and not dried up like a bumhole. But yeah, so that is pretty much the basics and pretty much all you need to know to get started. And make sure you think of the things that I said at the start of the video, what to consider before you start stretching. But anyway, if you're dead set on doing it, I hope this helped, and I hope you're a bit more informed now about doing it. But definitely do some more research into it. So I might have left some stuff out, but definitely do your research if you are going to stretch your ears, because I wasn't very well informed when I started to stretch my ears, and I wish I had been. So I hope this helped you guys out, and I love you guys lots and lots and lots. I love you. Bye. Love you guys.